All right, so if you own a clothing brand and you find the results just aren't there, okay, maybe you're trying meta ads and you just can't find any way to scale, okay. The main reason for this is most people don't actually notice this, but you just have a really bad back end system, okay. So you're gonna see why this is so important later in the video. But let's just say we have your brand here and your traffic sources, maybe like your meta ads and organic content. That's the traffic that you're running to the website, okay. From there, your brand is has pretty much four main screw ups, okay. Now, the first one is the most important one because it is the pop up. Okay, the pop up, the email pop up. I'm sure you guys know what this is, but I've seen brands with 200, 300,000 followers, and these guys still don't have a pop up. All right, so the pop up is super important because it's the main way of collecting emails. Okay, if you don't have a pop up, or if you have a very poor performing pop up, you're gonna not be getting any emails. Okay, and that just means basically the more emails you can get, the more revenue you can make through email and with your brand in total. So pop up matters a lot. The difference between, let's say, a 5% converting pop up, lots of brands have low converting pop ups, and 10% would be double the email revenue. And most people don't look at it this way. Editing your pop up or even getting one is super high leverage. Okay, now no follow up emails. So let's say you do have a pop up, but you're not sending emails, so you don't have a welcome flow set up. When people join your list, you're gonna want to be sending them emails. You want to be nurturing these people. People join your list. You're gonna want to thank them first of all, and then after that, you're gonna want to nurture them. So you can give them 10% off, and basically, it's a way to invite them to the brand and feel respected, kinda. Okay. So the welcome flow is gonna help a ton with this. Now, the third leak would be you don't have any real recovery flows set up. So the cart abandonment and the checkout abandonment are two flows that every brand needs to have set up. Okay, now I'm going to explain why. Is these are super easy sales, and if you don't have these flows set up, you're simply just going to be missing out on super easy sales. Okay, so for example, let's say through the month you have 20 abandonment carts. It's super easy to convince these people to finish their cart right when they're about to buy. Okay, so you want to hit these guys quick. Okay, but if you let's just say you don't do it at all, it's just really sales you're going to be losing out on. Okay, and the browse abandonment too. Let's say people are checking out your products and stuff. Those are easier. They're not as easy as the cart abandonment, but there's still people that you can convince to buy. All right, and the fourth one would be overall you're not setting campaigns, no real retention, and um, no repeat systems. Okay, so no repeat systems, that would be you're basically not being consistent. Okay, now most brands they might send campaigns on drop day or something, but they're not being consistent. So you want to be sending emails weekly, 3 to 4 per week, and people tend to see your emails and they tend to adapt to it. So they know when you send, they know the time, and that goes for drops too. When you have drops, it will be at the right time. They'll know when to expect everything. So you do want repeat systems. Okay, now these four in total, not having these set up at all, basically leads to traffic leaving the site, never coming back, and you're going to be losing out on tons of lost sales, like I said in the cart abandonment flow. Okay, so this is the main reason why your ads don't convert. You're paying all this money up here. I don't know how much you're paying. You're paying all this money to send traffic to the website, and your website and your backend system isn't even optimized to get the most amount of sales possible. Now, what a good brand does here is basically they have the same four systems set up. They have a high converting pop up. You want the pop up converting at 10% generally or higher. Okay, anything below 10% can get up to 10%. Any brand's pop up can get up to 10%. And from there on, you want to have a welcome flow set up. You want to nurture these people, and you want to convince people who were just on the website to basically go ahead and buy. Okay. Um, a good brand like this will have recovery emails set up. So cart abandonment flows. If anybody on your website takes a certain action to exit the website, even if they just go on the website do nothing, they're going to get sent emails based on the action, and it's going to try to get repeat sales, and it's going to try to get people to actually go ahead and take a look at your brand and make purchases. Okay, now we have system four would be the campaign. So these guys are sending consistent campaigns. Segmentation is good. Okay, so segmentation basically you want to make sure you have high open rates and high click rates as well, but that's more under the actual email design. But all right, so having all of this set up basically will put your brand at 30 to 40% attributed revenue from email. I do this for lots of brands and I work with Klaviyo, okay? But for example, let's just look at this brand right here. These guys were pulling in 22,000 euros per month, nothing crazy. We got these guys 8,000 euros brought in, which made up close to 40% attributed revenue. And you can see their flows were super strong, okay? So if I look at some of their campaigns, though, their campaigns brought in close to 2,000 euros, okay? So each of these campaigns brought in about 200 euros. Okay, you can see here. Now, if this brand was 5 times the size, each of these would be bringing in over 1,000 euros, which looks a lot better. So it's really based on the brand size. So as your brand scales, your emails will as well, because as your brand grows, your site visitors is going to be going up, and you're going to be collecting more emails, which leads to email revenue being higher. Okay, and I have some more results here from another brand I work with. You can see one email brought in 4,000 euros, one drop. Okay, that was a drop email, so not all of them are like that, but you can kind of get the point. All right, so a few numbers here. Let's say you run 10,000 people to your site through Meta Ads. Okay, you collect 1,000 emails, so that'd be a 10% converted pop up. From there, you get 50 buyers, which is 5% of people whose emails have been entered. And I don't know, let's say the average order value was, I don't know, $80. 50 times 80. That's $4,000 extra. Okay, now this is going to help you at a ton. That's $4,000 that you could be pouring back into Meta Ads to basically see what's working, or that's $4,000 that you could be putting in your pocket yourself. Okay, so all in all, this is a lot of revenue your brand is missing out on, and I would say I've seen brands that are missing out probably on $30,000 or more dollars every month in revenue that's just because they don't have the proper email system set up. If you're running Meta Ads and you don't have this set up, you're 100% going to want to get this set up. Or if you really want to grow at all, if you're really serious about growing a clothing brand, you pretty much need the right email system set up. So if you want to take a look at this, I'll link my Instagram in the description, and also I'll have a calendar link in the description where you can book a time. We'll have a quick chat and we'll see what we can come up with.